Welcome to the Panic Room, where we talk about all things panic-inducing. I am the Queen of Panic. Warning, some episodes may contain content that may be disturbing to others. Viewer discretion is advised. Now let the games begin. In the Desert by Stephen Crane. I saw a creature, naked, bestial, who, squatting upon the ground, held his heart in his hands and ate off it. I said, "Is it good, friend?" "It is bitter, bitter," he answered, "but I like it, because it is bitter, and because it is my heart." By William Butler Yeats. Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosened upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosened, and everywhere the ceremony of the innocents is drowned. The best lack of all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming! Hardly are those words out when the vast image, out of spirituous mundi, troubles my sight. Somewhere in the sands of the desert, a shape with lion body and head of a man, a gaze blank and pitiless as the sun, while all about it reel shadows of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle, and what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born? The worms crawl out, the worms crawl in, by Matthew Gregory Lewis. Don't ever laugh when a hearse goes by, or you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in a big white sheet, from your head down to your feet. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. The worms play pinochle in your snout. They eat your eyes, they eat your nose. They eat the jelly between your toes. They put you in a big black box and cover it up with dirt and rocks. All goes well for about a week, and then your coffin begins to leak. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. The worms play pinochle in your snout. They eat your eyes, they eat your nose. They eat the jelly between your toes. A big green worm with rolling eyes crawls in your stomach and out your eyes. Your stomach turns slimy green, and pus comes out like whipping cream. You spread it on a slice of bread, and that's what you eat when you are dead. Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allen Poe. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden lived there who you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabelle Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that, long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me. to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of a cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lied down by the side of my darling, my life, my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. A Corpse by Charles Baudelaire. My love, do you recall the object which we saw, that fair sweet summer morn, at a turn in the path, a foul carcass, on a gravel-strewn bed, its legs raised in the air like a lustful woman, burning and dripping with poisons, displayed in a shameless, nonchalant way, its belly swollen with gases. The sun shone down upon that putrid sense, as if to roast it to a turn, and to give back 100-fold to a great nature the elements she had combined. And the sky was watching that superb cadaver blossom like a flower. So frightful was the stench that you believed you'd faint away upon the grass. The blowflies were buzzing around that putrid belly, from which came forth black battalions of maggots, which oozed out like a heavy liquid, all along those living tatters. All this was descending and rising like a wave, or poured out with a crackling sound. One would have said the body, swollen with a vague breath, lived by multiplication. And this world gave forth singular music, like running water or the wind, or the grain that winnowers with a rhythmic motion shake in their winnowing baskets. The forms disappeared, and were no more than a dream, a sketch that slowly falls upon the forgotten canvas that the artist completes from memory alone. Crouched behind the boulders, an anxious dog watched us with angry eyes, waiting for the moment to take back from the carcass the morsel he had left. And yet, you will be like this corruption, like this horrible infection, star of my eyes, sunlight of my being, you, my angel and my passion. Yes, thus you will be queen of the graces, after the last sacraments, when you go beneath grass and luxuriant flowers, to moulder among the bones of the dead. Then, O my beauty, say to the worms who will devour you with kisses, that I have kept the form of the divine essence of my decomposed love. The Conqueror Worm by Edgar Allen Poe. Lo, 'tis a gala night, within the lonesome latter years, an angel throng bewinged, bedight in veils and drowned in tears, sit in a theatre to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes, in the form of God on high, mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly. Mere puppets they, who come and go at bidding of vast formless things, that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings invisible woe. That motley drama, oh, be sure, it shall not be forgotten, with its phantom chased forevermore by a crowd that seized it not, through a circle that ever returneth into the self-same spot, and much of madness, and more of sin, and horror the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes from out the scenic solitude. It writhes with mortal pangs, the mimes become its food, and seraphs sob at vermin fangs, in human gore imbued. Out are the lights, out all, and over each quivering form, the curtain, the funeral pall, comes down with the rush of a storm, while the angels all pallid and wan, uprising unveiling affirm, that the play is the tragedy, man, and its hero, the conqueror worm. If you made it this far into the end of the video, before all the credits and stuff, let me know what you think of the poems. I like poems. I find a lot of horror content interesting, and I've got more. Let me know. Thank you. If you would like to submit your stories, please check out the Panic Within subreddit. I go over those stories that are submitted, and I go ahead and I narrate them. I say go over, but I narrate all of them. So if you are interested in something like that, go ahead and take a look in the description, and you'll find the link there. We also have a Discord. You can come and hang out and get spooky with me and other narrators. We post new content, up-and-coming videos, promotions, and we also just hang out and chat, and you can come and hang out with us there. If you're interested in that, link is also in the description below. And last but not least, if you are interested in doing a collab with the King of Panic or myself, you can absolutely reach out. If you're another creator, you can do one on our channel. We can do one with you. We are completely open for collab as of right now. Looking for new stuff to do and very excited for anybody who reaches out. The best way to do that is through Twitter or Discord. I do check Instagram and I will get back. It just might take a little longer because I'm super bad at that, but I've been trying to be better. So if you do reach out there, even if it takes a couple days, I'll be there. But like I said, we're excited. So please definitely reach out and we're looking forward to it. And as always, thank you for visiting the Panic Room. You have successfully made it to the next portion of your tour. Please stay tuned for your next prompt. Click the like button and subscribe to receive notifications for when the next portion of your tour is ready to join. Thank you for watching. Don't let the panic drown you.